let's say they do draft a quarterback like we expect them to in week 1. They're going to need a bridge quarterback too, just in case. And it could be Nick Mullins, or it could be Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, you could just do exactly what the Dolphins did. Or the Niners could re-sign Alex Smith. They signed him. I mean, they drafted him. He kind of has a dear place in our hearts. He's kind of a 49er. And before you guys dismiss it, I usually talk last. I'm going to talk first. He helped Patrick Mahomes learn the Chiefs offense. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have constantly credited Alex Smith for Patrick Mahomes' development. So he's done this before. He also helped Colin Kaepernick. He did. I think in terms of, you're thinking of a veteran quarterback who can help groom a youngster and not have an ego and not be worried about his own playing time, it's Alex. And on top of that, to bring Alex Smith back to the Niners and have him finish his career here would be great, in my opinion. So I'm all for it. You guys are free to say why you're not into it.
Go ahead, man.
If he signs in the Josh McCown role where he's retired in Texas but is on the practice squad, I'm okay with that. But if he's the number 1 quarterback, if that's what you're saying, or the number 2 quarterback on this roster, Alex Smith is not the Alex Smith from even 4 years ago. That knee injury took him down. People hate on Garoppolo for only checking down. Watch what Alex Smith has done the last couple of weeks. His longest pass, I think, was 27 yards last week against the Lions.
He'll fit right in.
Yeah, he fits the Garoppolo offense, but he's only throwing to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. He can't run like he did against New Orleans in that playoff game. There's a big health question of would he even come back for a minor salary with the risk of another injury like that again. I would rather, if Alex Smith did come back, it would have to be in that Josh McCown practice squad role. I don't see him being a top 2 quarterback unless dire circumstances happen like what's happened with Washington.
So how did you know that we were going to automatically dismiss it, Grant? I
saw your faces, and I was like, you know what? I'm talking first. I can see it. You guys were like, oh, my God, no.
I would rather go after a Fitzpatrick than an Alex Smith, just because what stands out to me is Chris Sims, Shanahan's alleged best friend, where they have matching tattoos, stated this that he likes having a quarterback with mobility, some type of mobility. And can you really put Alex Smith in some play actions, boot him out to the right? Can you trust the leg that much? I'm not sure. To where Shanahan might feel a little limited in his play calling. If he was in a Shanahan system for 3 years, 2 years, even 1 year, I would say, yeah, that would be a great mentor to teach a rookie coming in the Shanahan scheme. But he hasn't been under that Shanahan scheme like how he was under Andy Reid until Patrick Mahomes came in. So if I'm starting someone that's fresh into Shanahan's playbook, I would probably go Fitzpatrick, because he is a little mobile and he can stretch the field with his arm, even though he has his high ups and his low lows.
I think I would prefer Smith to Fitzpatrick, because although Fitzpatrick's a better quarterback probably right now, I think he's more about himself. I don't think he's necessarily trying to groom the next Niners quarterback. I think Alex Smith would like to do that. He's shown he can do that. And even though he looks shaky now, I mean, he's just coming off this injury. I mean, give him another year, another offseason, see what he looks like. And ideally, you're not playing him for more than 4, 5, 6 games anyway. I think, and the other thing too is what I think you guys don't really understand is the Niners aren't in win now mode. They have a good team when healthy, but Kyle Shanahan is signed through 2077. He's going to be this head coach until he's 92 years old. So if he wants to draft a quarterback and kind of start over, he's free to. He has that cushion. He has that mandate from ownership. So I don't know that they necessarily have to bring in the free agent quarterback who gives them the best ability to win in September and October of 2021. They may not be thinking that way.
I'm a stats person. I know people don't like to just look at stats, but just Alex Smith one, hasn't looked good on tape, in my opinion, besides checkdowns. And then two, he didn't even look good against the Giants. I know he was working his way back from injury, but I think he has 3 picks and 1 3 picks and 1 touchdown this year. It's just, why is that worse than, or why is that better than Garoppolo? I know the salary is a big issue, and that's probably the only drawing factor to Alex Smith as to Garoppolo. But I'd much rather have, if it was the same salary, I'd much rather have Garoppolo. And Alex Smith, I think, is a third stringer, second stringer. If you want him as that third stringer, that CJ Beathard role, I'll take it. If he's a cheap commodity, like, go ahead. But to start 4 or 5 games, that's the definition of tanking, in my opinion.
No, I mean, we wouldn't be bringing Alex Smith to teach him the system. Obviously not. Mullins would teach him the system. But you'd be bringing Alex Smith to teach him how to be a pro. Nick Mullins is great, but Nick Mullins is not a starter. He's never been a franchise quarterback. He's never had that pressure on him. Alex Smith has. He can teach him how to deal with that. And again, he's done this before. This is in his resume. It's in his track record. But I don't know. Interesting to think about.
So you're saying Crash Davis from Bull Durham is essentially what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.